There's a bad guy out there tonight, and he's looking for someone just like you. But you're going to calmly walk right past him. You're not his type. Tonight, I want to talk about self-defense. Not the kind where you throw punches. I want to talk about the other stuff, the 99% that nobody talks about. Call them life skills. Let me tell you a story. Back in the day, my daughter was being verbally bullied at school by some older students. No reason. They had just decided she was a good target. No problem. The school had good tools for that, like zero tolerance policies. They just couldn't stop it. Police, professionals, they had good tools. We just had to wait for the situation to get a lot worse. The system was failing my daughter. At the time, I was already teaching self-defense. I could not stop it. I was failing my daughter. I made her a promise. I was going to give her the tools to never be a victim. Never again, no matter how many ways the bad guy tried to come at her. Physical, verbal, social media, financial, legal, I did not care. I took the whole idea of being a victim and I just blew it up. But I also wanted her to live without fear. Life should not have to be a battlefield. I wanted her to go to all the places and do all the things. I want her to build her dream life. We ended up developing something pretty amazing. Imagine a strong toolbox loaded with practical tools. Physical tools, absolutely. But on either side of that, both before and after an attack, we found there was so much that we could do. We could sidestep danger. We could be totally fine after an attack. And we could keep danger far away for good. So physical skills, mental resilience, anxiety. And this became our mission. Picture this. You're walking down the street. The bad guy is there. You know the attack is coming. Can you talk your way out? What if, and this is what I want to share tonight, what if you don't even need to talk? The bad guy looks at you. You're not his type. He leaves you alone. I want to share with you 5 tools for this. Real things you can start doing right now. You ready? All right. Tool number 1, be self-reliant. Best place to start. Why? Well, the police are only minutes away. Great. You have seconds. Courts will always be too little too late. Technology is going to fail you. Batteries die, signals drop, tasers don't penetrate, sprays miss. I got a call. One gentleman had been in the middle of dialing 911 when the attacker knocked the phone out of his hand. Now what? If you give your power away to anything external, you will never truly feel safe. But the good news is, if someone just gives you the tools, you can be unstoppable. Decide right now to be self-reliant. Now let's add situational awareness. And what does that even mean? We think we're paying attention, then, oops, we're in trouble. How did that happen? We need tools. Tool number 2, play what if. When things are not stressful, you're just doing your thing. Every few moments, look about your space in a casual way. Scan like a radar. Now, pick someone out of the crowd. Ask yourself, what if they attack me? What would I do? Where would I go? Don't do anything. Just play with that until, in your mind, you are home behind locked doors. If you feel yourself getting tense, say to yourself, never panic, and continue to play that out. Now, this does so much. We are learning how to be dangerous and smart and alert and calm and ready to be comfortable in different situations, to make plans and backup plans and adapt on the fly. It is like we are inoculating ourselves against fear. Tool number 3, play I Spy. When you enter a room, clear the entrance, pause, scan. What's going on? What's the mood? When you leave a building, pause, scan. What are people doing? What are people wearing? Now, you don't need to see everything. What's important here is giving your intuition time and permission to do what it already knows how to do. Tool number 4, focus outward. So, as we go about our day, our brain naturally is cycling between focusing outward, gathering information, and focusing inward, processing that information. Here's the problem. We don't notice when we slide into processing mode. So we think we're paying attention. We're not. This is where we are vulnerable at the end of a long day. When we feel fear, our brain naturally slides into processing mode. Recognize when you need to tell yourself to focus outward. Well, now let's add body language. Most people will talk about situational awareness and body language like they are two separate things. This is a mistake. They go together because our body changes very quickly when we detect a threat. Here's the problem. The bad guy's looking for this. When a bad guy enters a space, they test that space. If they can disturb you in any way, they see that as a weakness. Now you are a target. The bad guy loves people that look tense, tired, busy, rushed, frustrated, distracted, disorganized. Their hands are full. What they're looking for is a fast change in your body. Tiny changes to your eyes, the tension in your face, set of your shoulders, moving your feet, tone of voice, anything. So, we're not going to give them that. Try this. Tool number 5, run your script. When you are looking about, whenever you make eye contact with someone, say to yourself, never panic. Give them a small nod, no smile. Then look directly at someone else. Resist glancing down. How did you do? Did you shift a bit? No judgment, just note that for next time. Learn how each part of your body responds, and then relax and control each part one by one. And you can move, just insert a brief pause, and then move in a smooth, purposeful way. The nod says, I see you. No smile says, we do not need to be friends. A controlled face says, you can't disturb me. I'm comfortable in my space. Looking away without the downward glance is all about power. You're showing no fear. And the purposeful movement shows them that you know exactly how to respond to your environment. The bad guy does not like any of this. Okay? And why does this matter? Because we're sending out signals anyway. All we're doing here is deciding what signals. You like personal power? This ain't that bad. The right tools will transform your life. 100%. Here's a story that's going to pull in from the big picture of what it is that we do. Going back a few years, my daughter calls me. She's all grown up now. She's a nurse. Nurses. 61% of nurses face serious violence in any 12-month period. 61%. She chose nursing. She says, hey, Dad, I just used your stuff. I wanted to let you know. As she tells it, they had a patient, not hers. He was just on her floor. And the other staff was upset because he had a violent history. He was living up to that history, and nobody felt safe to get close. Apparently, she suggested a few things that sounded crazy, and after a while, the other staff said, snicker, snicker. If she knew so much, she could show him how it's done. My daughter weighs 105 pounds, 48 kilograms. I asked her what she did. She said, well, it was no big deal. I just went in and I did the stuff that we do. She said she didn't time it, but that it took about 20 minutes. He became compliant. calm, took his meds, got dressed. Several days later, with no relapse, they discharged him. One conversation. 20 minutes. She had the power to do what others didn't dare. In a profession where, nurses, almost 50% of nurses are exposed to physical assault 11 times or more. In that profession, she walked through danger, she was not in danger. What do you think that did for her confidence? Life skill. I want you to go to all the places. I want you to do all the things. Come home safe. Thank you.